Yeah, there's a story. There's a story. There's a little saying, and the way we roast a coffee is, and I'll tell you a little story about it. Is years and years ago, a good friend of mine, God bless his soul, used to work as an apprentice for a car dealership, a Ferrari dealership, matter of fact, in the East Coast. He was a young guy, in his 20s, and they got this car in the garage, one of those beautiful Ferraris, and it just not run right. Just not run, and everything they tried there, late 70s, with computers and all the new technology, they could not get the car to run right. So they're ending up calling the factory. The factory says, no worry, we're going to send somebody. My friend was the youngest one in the shop. He got to go to the airport and pick up that gentleman they're going to come to fix the Ferrari. So he gets to the airport. Here comes this old guy in his 70s wearing blue uniform from the factory, from the assembly lines. All what he had is a pack of cigarette and a small wooden handle screwdriver, And my friend says, that's all what you have? And the guy would not speak any English. And he says, just take me to the car. So they got to the car. The first thing the old guy says is take all this stuff out. And he unplugged all the computers and the wires and he just unplugged it, threw it away. Then he says, start up the car. And he took his little screwdriver and he puts it against the engine. He was listening and listening. And then he took screwdriver and he adjusted. At the time it was carburetors, and he adjusted the carburetor. 10 minutes later, that thing purrs like a Ferrari. And the old steward said, what did you do? What did you do? And the guy couldn't speak English, and all what he says is, listen to the Motore. Listen to the Motore. That's how we roast our coffee. We have a vintage roaster. It's a small size, small batch roaster. And when we roast, the same thing I did when I got that roaster, because by the time it got to us, it was all hooked up with computers and digital thermometers and lines and laptops and screens. And the first thing I did is I took everything out and we put it back to manual drive. So we have levers and we have people roasting, not computer roasting. And you gotta smell it, you gotta feel it, you gotta listen to it. Especially with the whiskey barrel coffee, it's not a regular coffee, and it's a blend too. So coffee react, coffee do different things. The environment inside a roaster is completely different. You gotta be there. You gotta listen to it. You gotta know that you're going to open the air, close the air. It's the experience of driving a stick shift car. That's how we roast. So we have this thing we put above the roaster and says, listen to the Motore. And this is our philosophy. I don't care what people says, no computer can match that, because the coffee is not the same coffee you have. It's not the same barrel. It's not the same bag. It's organic thing, So in order to do that, we gotta use that. We use that philosophy of listen to the Motore. Listen to the coffee. He'll tell you, I'm ready.